Hello, everyone, and thank you, Terry, for that warm welcome. So glad to be here. So glad to be back with the TW3 family and to be a part of this lineup. So excited. So let's dive right on into our training tonight. Tonight, I want to talk about back to the beginning, where it all began, multiple income streams. What I would like to do tonight is I actually want to provide and create an experience for us just to further drive my point home as to our topic tonight. I also want to impart and leave an imprint on your spirit and just to create a real positive memory. Today, I want to take us all on a trip back into time. Yes, I said I want to take us on a trip back into time. Now, we have all heard of the movie by Michael J. Fox, Back to the Future. Well, we're going to go back into time. And so, wherever you are right now, if you're able, I want you to just remove all of the distractions, provide me with your undivided attention, sit back, relax, focus, and imagine with me and visualize going back into time. So where are we going? We're going to go all the way to the beginning. We're going to go to Genesis. So what does Genesis actually mean? It's actually a Greek word meaning origin or beginning. It also has to do with priority, order, superiority, and from a biblical standpoint, God himself. So let's begin our journey back into time in the beginning to Genesis. So here we are, we're here in Genesis with the creation of the universe, where we're going to go where the creation of man began. God is speaking, and he's actually saying, let us, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit make mankind in our own image, after our own likeness, and let them have complete authority over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, the beasts, and over all of the earth, and over everything that creeps upon the earth. One translation in the Message translation even says that he created us godlike and that he blessed us and he said, prosper, reproduce, fill the earth, take charge. So God created man in his own image. In the image and likeness of God, he created him, male and female, he created them. And God blessed them, and he said to them, be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth, subdue it, use all of its vast resources in the service of God and man, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, and over every living creature that moves upon the face of the earth. And God said, I have given you every plant yielding seed that is on the face of the land, and every tree with seed in its fruit you shall have for food. And to all the animals on the earth, and to every bird of the air, and to everything that creeps on the ground, to everything in which there is the breath of life, and to everything which is the breath of life, I have given green plant for food, and it was so. So here you see, I want to take us back now out of time. So here you see that in the beginning, it was the creation of the universe, man, and all that was on the earth. But we heard the command to be fruitful and multiply. We were created to multiply and to give life, not just childbearing, but it even lies within our mouth. Being fruitful and multiplying, creating, actually resides in us as we were created in the likeness of God. It's in our mouth as we speak. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Our tongue has power. We're commanded to use all of the vast resources in the earth to subdue, prosper, and to take charge. So we have heard of Spider-Man, Wonder Woman. I'm sure we all have heard of our favorite childhood superheroes. I'm sure if you think back, you can think of who your favorite superhero was. Even today, there are movies and TV shows about superheroes like the Avengers, the Incredibles, Iron Man, Lord of the Rings. The list goes on. There's even a series called The Marvels, where all the good superheroes combine forces to fight evil. So why did we love these movies so much? And why were they so popular even today, even among adults? It's because there is a superhero in us all. There's a superhero in us all. As COVID-19 developed and is coming under control, coming to an end through vaccinations, education, wisdom, and truths, one must look deep on a whole and personally what this meant in a positive light in terms of changes, shifts, birthing of new things on many different levels, economically, with business, with technology. And I want to talk about exploits and shift a little bit because when there's a taking of what we have and we have to bring it into something new, this is a form of doing exploits. When something's drying up and you got to take it and make it into something else, this is a form of exploits. I call it tightening in your belt, but it really is a form of exploits. And exploits lie within us. The ability to create, the ability to multiply, the ability to take something old and turn it into something new. This is, in fact, what exploits do. This was and remains a time of learning how to do exploits. Creativity is being downloaded on a totally different scale grid model. There's new ways of doing things to be more profitable, economical. There's increased security, acceleration, upgrades, promotions, transference, changing of the guard, a securing of our future. We really have to understand the times and the seasons that we live in and know what to do. It's also a time to breakthrough that has caused so many and so many more to step out into the unknown, a deliverance from world structures as the time has taught us to let go of the old slave-like structures and embrace a new provision. We've got to recognize where we are. There's testings, there's blessings, death and life are all in the glory of the Lord, all existing at the same time. But what are we going to gravitate to? So we're in the midst of one of the greatest wealth transfers to secure our futures, legacy, and even leaving an inheritance. So how do we tap into this where we are? We've got to take action. How do we even take action? How do we put things into place? Well, the answer is through creating these multiple income streams, discovering all of the gifts and talents that reside in us, and even being challenged in some areas that will bring about a discovery of these talents and giftings. So as we've seen from the beginning of time, you and I were not only commanded, but we were commissioned to be fruitful and to multiply, to prosper, subdue, use all of the vast resources, have dominion. You even heard take charge. All of the earth has been given to us. You and I were created to be fruitful and multiply. Again, it is in the fiber of our being. It is in our DNA. And again, I mentioned not just with childbearing, but to be fruitful and multiply, to take our resources and to increase it. This is why we get so dissatisfied with life, because we know that there is so much more. We know that we were created to do more. This is why we have so many people looking for destiny and purpose and why they were put on this earth. So we've really got to tap in to our faith, Creator God, and deep within ourselves, and learn again how to be fruitful and multiply. Learn how to tap into being fruitful and multiply, knowing where the fruitfulness and the multiplication is. If you're listening and you're a member of TW3, you're not a member of TW3, rather, get back to the person who invited you. And if you are a member of TW3 and you're not an elite member yet, get back with the person also who invited you tonight so that you can tap into these additional income streams and go deeper in learning how to be fruitful and multiply. You know, the TW3 platform is a perfect example of multiple income streams. If you're here tonight listening, you are here by no accident. You're not here by accident. You were meant to be here. TW3 is a blueprint of coming alongside of what I call ancient pathways back into the beginning, this Genesis paradigm of being fruitful and multiplying. And it is really living up to that mandate. Now, if you're a member of TW3 and even an elite TW3 member, and you feel as though you're not being fruitful, you're not multiplying the way you want to, I want to ignite you in the command and the commission that was given in the beginning, back in Genesis, back to when we time traveled. Be fruitful and multiply. Fill the earth, subdue it. Use all of its vast resources which have been given to you and have dominion. Take dominion over everything where there has been the breath of life. The breath of life has been created, it has been put in you. You were created in the form and the likeness of God Himself. He's a creator. You are a creator. Be fruitful and multiply. I want to thank you for listening tonight. Terry, thank you for letting me be a part tonight. And again, my name is Valerie Williams. Be fruitful and multiply.